What's going on, guys? It is JM, it's speedboxing. Make sure you guys subscribe to this channel before you click onto any of the videos. Also comment below in the comment section if you guys have any opinions in what I'm saying in any of the videos. Like always, it is appreciated if you guys could drop me a quick sub or two on my channel. So, how long will the hype last with Anthony Joshua? Because he got to 20-0 last Saturday night when he beat Carlos Takam, stopping him in 10 rounds in Wales at the Principality Stadium in front of 78,000 people. But a lot of people weren't impressed by that performance, and for a lot of people, this perspective of Anthony Joshua has changed. Me, personally, it hasn't really changed at all, because a lot of people are saying he was exposed. Anthony Joshua wasn't exposed in that fight. Like, he still dominated almost every round, was in control, was never really in any trouble whatsoever. But it wasn't the easiest night's work for him. He did get his nose bust in the second round with a headbutt, and his stamina became a little bit of an issue later on in the fight because he had all that added weight on. Like, this was the heaviest Anthony Joshua had ever weighed in. Before the fight, people were saying, well, his promoter Eddie Hearn was saying that Anthony Joshua was going to come in a stone lighter than he was at the Klitschko fight. Well, he weighed in 4 pounds heavier. So I think that's going to be a problem, but I'll get into that later on in the video. But a lot of people were saying stuff like Carlos Takam using lateral movement, moving on the back foot, using feints and stuff like that. Anthony Joshua couldn't figure it out and it confused him. And a lot of people are saying that was a weakness that was exploited. And a lot of people who have said that is a weakness of Anthony Joshua, they think they've been proved right now. Especially Tyson Fury fans who say that Tyson Fury slip boxing, lateral movement and stuff like that will expose Anthony Joshua, and now they believe that more than ever. Well, I don't know about that, because Tyson Fury, he's been out the ring for so long now. Will he ever get into the same form as he did when he beat Vladimir Klitschko in 2015? Because I think to beat Anthony Joshua, he'll need to be in that form, that kind of weight, that kind of sharpness, that kind of game plan, you know what I mean? But with him being out for so long, and if he is going to come back, he's going to have to drop a lot of weight. We don't know where Tyson Fury is mentally when he gets back into a boxing ring, how he's going to be mentally and stuff like that. So we got to take a lot of that into consideration. Anthony Joshua has been fighting a lot more. He's a lot more mentally strong than Tyson Fury, in my opinion. So you've got to take that into consideration as well. But I'm in a lot of Facebook groups about boxing and stuff like that, and I saw one guy on a group on Facebook commented on a post saying that he thinks Anthony Joshua could get to 50-0, and like, this is how much hype Anthony Joshua has behind him. Like, there's people out there who think Anthony Joshua is unstoppable, he's invincible, he's going to get to 50-0 and he's going to be the greatest heavyweight of all time. Like, a lot of people think this, and these people are serious. Me personally, I don't think he's going to get anywhere near 50-0. Just because I think this is an era where top fighters are going to lose. They're either going to lose to each other, or they're going to lose to guys who you don't think they're going to lose to. Like, Hackman always talks about this in his videos, and I completely agree with him. Like, this is an era in which I think these fighters are going to swap losses, and they're going to lose to guys who you think they're not going to lose to. Similar to the 90s when Oliver McCall beat Lennox Lewis, and when Michael Bent beat Tommy Morrison, and when Mike Tyson lost to Buster Douglas. You know what I mean? Fighters you don't expect them to lose to. And I think this could happen to guys like Anthony Joshua. Like, I think Anthony Joshua is going to lose. I think Tyson Fury could lose if he comes back. I think Deontay Wilder is going to lose. I think Joseph Parker is going to lose. I think all these top fighters are eventually going to lose either to each other, or they're going to lose to fighters who you don't think, and it's going to be big upsets. Because all these fighters have weaknesses that can be exploited. And now people are saying this lateral movement, back footwork from fighters is Anthony Joshua's weakness. And somebody like a Tyson Fury and a Hughie Fury will exploit that. And also Anthony Joshua's stamina, right? He weighed in 254 pounds, and as soon as he weighed in that, I thought, like, Anthony Joshua needs to stop doing this. He needs to stop putting weight on. Like, this is a guy who started his career off. What did Anthony Joshua weigh in for his debut? I think it was something like 235 pounds. Like, comment below if you know what he weighed in exactly for his debut, but I think it was something around 235 pounds. And Anthony Joshua looked sharp. He looked quick early on in his career when he was weighing in at 235, 240s. But now he's added on 254 pounds. Well, that's how much he weighs now. That's how much he is now, 254 pounds. Now that his weight's added up to that, then I just think he doesn't look as sharp and he doesn't look as quick. Don't get me wrong, he's still dangerous. He's still quite fast for a guy that height and that size. Like, I still think he's pretty quick and stuff like that, but he's not as quick as he was and what he could be if he loses a stone in weight or something like that. Like, if Anthony Joshua was 240, 245 pounds, I think he's very, very dangerous for any heavyweight in the world. And his stamina is becoming a bit of an issue now, because this guy was going 8 or 9 rounds against Carlos Takam, who wasn't really giving him too much grief. Yeah, I think he had a broken nose. I think that was hindering him as well. But Carlos Takam, he wasn't really giving him grief. He just was not quitting Carlos Takam. He just kept coming forward. And Anthony Joshua had to keep throwing punches and stuff like that, and that was tiring Anthony Joshua out. And I'm thinking, if he's fighting a guy who's not just surviving, who's taking him the later rounds, who's actually getting off offense himself, then will Anthony Joshua fall apart? Like, Anthony Joshua in that Klitschko fight, he shouldn't have survived that fight. He shouldn't have survived it. Like, that guy was gone. He was gone in 6 rounds. Klitschko knocked him down and he was done. If that was any other heavyweight in the world, if that was a Wilder, if that was Klitschko's brother, Vitaly Klitschko, when he was fighting, Anthony Joshua wouldn't have made it out of that round. He wouldn't have lasted very long at all. But Klitschko, as we all know, is not the kind of fighter who will finish you off. He's not really a good finisher, Vladimir Klitschko. Never has been. This is the guy who fucking had Eddie Chambers going in the first couple of rounds of their fight and then let him survive the whole fight. Well, he stopped him in the final round, but basically let him go on for another 10 rounds. So he was just too wary of Anthony Joshua's power and stuff like that just to go in there and finish him off. But if that was any other heavyweight, if that was Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua would have been gone. That would have been stopped. And I'm thinking, if Anthony Joshua gets hurt like that again, and with his stamina issues, and he fights someone who's not going to be wary, someone who is going to go for broke and try and take him out, then this could be a problem and he could be taken out. And that could be Anthony Joshua's downfall in the end. But like I said, he's not the only top guy I think is going to lose. I think they're all going to lose. I think Joseph Parker's going to lose. I think Deontay Wilder's going to lose. I think Tyson Fury's going to lose. I think all these fighters are going to lose. Jarrell Miller, Dillian White, I think he'll lose again. I think all these fighters are going to lose again. But I'm just saying, this hype train with Anthony Joshua and stuff like that, people need to be realistic. But at the same time, people can't be bashing Anthony Joshua too much as well. People can't be saying, oh, he's shit, he's been exposed, oh, I know, always knew he was a hype job and stuff like that. Anthony Joshua's not a hype job. Anthony Joshua is a good fighter, a very good fighter. But at the same time, you can't be sucking him off and saying he's going to be 50-0 and stuff like that, because that's not realistic. Like, all these people bashing him, like Dwyer on his channel, like Dwyer's always bashing Anthony Joshua. Like, I like Dwyer, I watch his channel and stuff, but he's always bashing Anthony Joshua, and I don't know why. Is it something that Dwyer sees that he just don't like in Anthony Joshua? Is he just not his cup of tea or something like that? But the way I see it is, Anthony Joshua is a very good fighter. He's buzzing right now. He's on top of British boxing. He's seen as the next superstar in world boxing. But all these people need to be realistic with him at the same time. I think this guy can lose. There's certain styles out there. There's certain weaknesses he has, just like every other top heavyweight, that probably will get exploited one day, and that will probably be the way he loses, or an upset will happen, or he'll lose in a unification or something like that, you know what I mean, further down the line. So, like I said, don't be bashing Anthony Joshua and saying he's a hype job and that he's shit, because he's not. He's a very good fighter. He's a unified world champion in 20 fights. But at the same time, don't be sucking his dick and saying he's the best thing since sliced bread and that he's going to break records and he's going to be a legend and stuff like that. Because just be realistic about it. So, yeah, it is what it is. It's JM, it's Speedboxing.